and welcome to
Mind Body Stuff.
I'm Kaylee.
I'm Bernice.
How are you guys?
Welcome back.
Hey, oh my gosh. Did you hear about Jane?
I know. I couldn't believe that.
I was so surprised.
I was shocked.
I mean,
really.
I kind of had a feeling, but you know, oh my gosh, what do you think she's going to do?
I have no idea.
Ugh. Wow.
You guys, does that sound familiar to you? Because we're going to talk about
gossip.
Gossiping.
So, gossiping. Everybody does it.
Well, I don't.
Well, actually, they define gossip as a conversation between two or more people talking about someone who is absent.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So, I'm going to ask that again. Do we all gossip?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We probably all gossip.
We all do. Yeah. Sometimes I catch myself. I'm like, uh-oh. But other times I get kind of excited by it.
Yeah.
You know, I get all kind of like, you know, I know some information.
Right.
Feels very powerful.
Yes. Yeah. So let's talk about it. So what do we want to cover today with this topic of gossip?
I think we should cover how we view gossip. Is it negative or is it positive? What are our, you know, because there's so much negative connotation to gossip, I think.
Sure.
So it'd be nice to explore both the negative and the positive around it. And how often we do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Don't you think?
Okay. Yes.
How often we do it. And you know, how did it serve a purpose where did it come from?
Right.
Because if you think about it, we're probably the only animals on this planet that gossip.
Yes.
Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I find that fascinating. I was talking about this subject with my husband. In fact, I wasn't talking about it. Kaylee had sent me a video clip of Brene Brown talking about gossiping. And it was just a small, like 2.5-minute clip. And he's in the kitchen, like making breakfast, and he hears the clip playing, and he's like, yes. He gets totally pumped up. And he said, in fact, I'm reading this book, and he just started reading it. It's called Sapiens by Yuval Harari, A Brief History of Humankind. And he had just started reading it, and there's a huge section about gossiping.
Which is so interesting.
And I thought that was so fascinating. And how gossiping played such an important part in evolution.
Will you read some of this book? Because it's so fascinating.
Yeah, I got to read. Let's see here. So anyway, many animals communicate, obviously.
Yes.
And he's talking about the acquisition of language. And so many animals have language. Mm-hmm. And they can say stuff like bison, river. You know, they can, or tiger down by the river. Yeah. Monkeys do that a lot. And then they've identified different types of ways they can do alarms, or they can say like, let's go lounge for a while.
Right.
But we're the only animals that kind of use it for more than just identifying dangers or positive things.
Right. Our language
does. He says, a second theory agrees that our unique language evolved as a means of sharing information about the world, but the most important information that needed to be conveyed was about humans, not about lions and bison. Our language evolved as a way of gossiping. According to this theory, Homo sapiens is primarily a social animal. Social cooperation is our key for survival and reproduction. It is not enough for individual men and women to know the whereabouts of lions and bison. It's much more important for them to know who in their band hates whom, who is sleeping with whom, who is honest, and who is a cheat. And that's where they develop, he says, the amount of information that one must obtain and store in order to track the ever-changing relationships of even a few dozen individuals is staggering. Now think about this. In a band of about 50 individuals, there are 1,225 one-on-one relationships and countless more complex social combinations. All apes show a keen interest in such social information, but they have trouble gossiping effectively. Neanderthals and archaic Homo sapiens probably also had a hard time talking behind each other's backs, a much maligned ability which is in fact essential for cooperation in large numbers.
Yeah.
The new linguistic skills that modern sapiens acquired about 70 million years ago enabled them to gossip for hours on end. Reliable information about who could be trusted means that small bands could expand into larger bands, and sapiens could develop tighter and more sophisticated types of cooperation.
So interesting.
The gossip theory.
Gossip.
So you can see, and he says, it might sound like a joke, but numerous studies support it. Even today, the vast majority of human communications, whether in the form of emails, phone calls, or newspaper columns, is gossip.
Which is so weird because it seems like it's such a lower level of communication. You know, it seems like just kind of trash gossip, but it's so fascinating how important it was in our evolution of a sophisticated species.
Right. Yes.
So
it makes us sophisticated.
It does. I mean, it is funny to think about, and that's what he even said. He said it sounds like a joke. This theory sounds like a joke,
right?
But it's
the much maligned concept of gossip.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's not a joke at all.
So yeah, I think it's safe to say that we all probably gossip from time to time.
From time to time.
It doesn't always. I think one of the things that I am trying to think about lately is does this is kind of like the golden question right now is does this serve a higher purpose?
Mm-hmm. Yes, like we talked about the last podcast.
The last part, does this serve a higher purpose, this gossip? And sometimes it does. I mean, just that book said, I mean, it helps you understand the complexities of relationships and knowing who to trust and you know, just
who you can depend on and who maybe is going through a hard time, or maybe we don't call him into the fray tomorrow because he's having some difficulty at home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you have it's all about relationships and understanding the dynamics of these ever-changing relationships. Mm-hmm. And that humans were just so drawn to it. I mean, look at our television, how it, this is all developed. We'd had those reality TV shows.
Yep.
Kaylee and I were just talking about this yesterday. Remember how everyone's we have to think of a story and then we're going to make that a TV show. And then suddenly about in the 90s, someone's let's just follow Barbara around with the camera.
Yeah.
And and then suddenly just took off. Remember the show? In the 90s, there was a show called Cops. And they'd follow cops around, in their job.
Oh, yeah.
And I was what's happening now?
Oh, for
sure. And it was just a little documentary type thing. I'm sure they threw stuff in there. But and then social media, who would have guessed, only would Facebook work if we were interested in gossiping almost.
Absolutely.
Because it's all
it's information that you really shouldn't, you shouldn't really, I really shouldn't know what you had for dinner last night unless you had invited me over. There's really no reason I should know that.
No, and I shouldn't know you were at the beach yesterday.
Yeah, with so-and-so.
Yeah, I shouldn't, it shouldn't
It really doesn't, yeah. But humans obviously crave it.
Oh, yeah,
I think that's why Facebook is so popular.
Oh, yeah, I spend hours kind of looking. Suddenly I'll be I've just read about, someone's dinner, someone at the beach, someone had a breakup, and I'm still totally
and somebody's
intrigued.
daughter turned 4.
Somebody's daughter turned 4, and someone got a new puppy.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
And I'm what a cute puppy. I have to comment on that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But it's fascinating to see the power, because really, isn't that just gossip?
It is. I think part of it is. I think part of it is gossip. Part of it is, is it gossip? Social media?
I don't know.
What you said to me the other day, which really struck a chord. Is that the right phrase? Hit home. It struck a chord. Negative.
Struck a chord. No, I don't think so. Because it's in a guitar. I see if you're playing music.
Oh, I got it.
And you're beautiful. What a beautiful chord you played. And I'm thank you.
You played a beautiful chord for me the other day when you said that one of the reasons that you think social media is so popular is because people crave that small town tribe connection where everybody knows. And you're from an island, so I love that your dad always said you better be careful and don't piss people off because you're gonna have to see him tomorrow. Yeah. So it's you always have to figure out how to maintain that harmony, because when you're stuck on an island, it's you're stuck with these people.
We're not going very far. Yeah,
You're not going, you can't be like
an hour away.
Yeah, right. And I think that that's really interesting. We crave that. We crave those connections. We crave being a part of more than just our own family unit. And I think that's part of the reason why, social media is so popular, because we feel like we are a part of these people's lives, and even if we're not.
We crave that information.
We crave the information.
We crave it. Like, it's just like, oh my gosh.
If that's how we're sophisticated as a species, having this social intelligence.
Yes.
Good point. It's social intelligence.
It's social intelligence. That's exactly right. Which is kind of underrated.
It is.
In our culture anyway. It's all about intellectual, intelligence. Even like tactile manual intelligence is so important. Like, right. You can put a car together or build a house, but
I have zero intelligence when it comes to that. I'm so helpless. I'm like,
she's even worse than me. I thought I'm pretty bad. Like, we're very bad together.
When we travel and like when we bring the little baby chair, I can't figure out how to put together a like 2-step process to put it says now put this part upside down. You guys, I have to put my body upside down. I was like laying upside down and backwards trying to put together a baby chair.
That was hard.
That was hard.
But a lot of people are
very
spatially intelligent. They can see that, just like put it all together, which we don't really have. But social intelligence.
We know people. But luckily, we have a social group.
We have, and I think we have high social intelligence. I dare say myself.
Sometimes.
But except when I'm hangry or you give me negative feedback. Then I'm like, see you later.
Oh my God. The other day we were doing choreography and I was like, I think I'm moving to the beat and you're moving to the lyrics. And you're like, what did you say? You just got so pissed. You're like, okay, well, whatever. And then I'm like, okay. It's so funny.
That was exactly right, though. You were moving to the beat and I was moving to the lyric.
Well, yes.
That's
fine.
But my social intelligence there is lower, and you can gossip about that if you want. I'll leave the door open on that.
Sometimes I feel like I'm not always the best. I don't always get the correct read on people.
Oh, yeah.
And so sometimes it's nice for me to quote unquote gossip, to be like, am I totally off base about this person?
No, I think that, good point. Well, that's what he talks about in that book.
Yeah, it's like it helps you understand, okay, who's like, who can we trust? Who's like bullshitting you? Who's whatever?
Right.
Whatever the situation is, because I'm really not always the best judge.
No, sometimes you're not. Yeah, sometimes you're not. And then you get a feed on it, and it's good because then you're
But then I try to process. And that's what also part of the purpose of gossip is to help process through your feelings. To be like, well, I feel like that person.
I feel like when she wrote that one thing, she was saying she didn't like me or whatever.
Yeah, and then you can be like, no. She wrote it because
No,
whatever.
I see it from this perspective. And then you get that feedback from 3 other people. And they're like, no, I don't see that. I see this. And then you can change. That's like learning through social intelligence.
Technically, that's called gossiping.
That is called
gossiping.
And
there also was some research that said that only 5% of gossip is with bad intention.
Oh,
that made me feel better. Because sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, we were, is it bad that we were like talking about this person or whatever? But most of the time it's not bad. It's like trying to figure out like, are they okay? Or has anyone seen this person? Or I wonder what's going on in their life.
Right. And it's like what he said in the article. Can you trust this person?
Mm-hmm.
So then you kind of you bring the person into the group, you're talking about them. They're not there.
Right.
And you're like, I've observed this.
Sure.
And you could have 2 other group members say, well, I haven't.
Right.
And then you're like, oh, well then I must, like you're saying, I must be getting the wrong feed on that person.
Yeah.
But you can see how important gossip was in order for developing trust in these smaller communities.
Right.
70 million years ago, we're all trying to survive. Mm-hmm. And we got to figure out, like, how's Barbara doing?
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Because to me, she doesn't look like she's doing real good.
Right.
And we got to go pick berries tomorrow.
We need Barbara for the berry picking.
We need Barbara. We only got 5 of us. And Barbara looks like she might be out.
I'm not going to make a good parfait without Barbara's berries. So,
And you're like, Barbara seems fine to me. Now,
like, Barbara's
I think she's fine. Maybe she looked kind of bad yesterday because she didn't sleep good.
Barbara has a new boyfriend. Let me tell you, Barbara is just fine. Barbara's not here because she got a new boyfriend.
Barbara's been busy in the cave, if you know what I mean.
Barbara's busy.
She's been busy down in the cave, so she's been busy down there. So she...
And they're like, oh, okay.
And I'm like, okay, well then,
great.
I'm not going to worry about Barbara then for tomorrow and the berry picking.
We'll find another berry picker.
But we would have to talk about that.
We would have to talk about that.
To figure that out.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would be ridiculous.
This has nothing to do with you. This is all about Barbara and her new boyfriend.
Exactly
She doesn't not want to go berry picking with you. She just wants to bang her boyfriend.
Barbara
wants to bang her boyfriend instead of go berry picking.
She looks tired because she's banging her boyfriend.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. So I shouldn't worry
She's
about
that. Not depressed. She's not depressed. Happy.
She's very happy.
Okay.
She looks tired, but that's fine. But good on you, Barbara. Well, that conversation took a turn. And if there's a Barbara listening, please don't take this personally.
It's not about you.
It's not about you, baby.
But good on you.
But good on you and for your new fella. Or gal. Or person. Whatever it is. Whoever they are.
You're caveman.
Oh.
Okay, but I do think...
Back to gossip.
But not all gossip is good, as we know, because we usually know when it feels icky.
Yes.
Once you walk away from those conversations being like, that felt yucky.
Bad.
I feel bad. I feel yucky. Yeah. It doesn't feel good.
I
think that's an indicator. But one of the things that Brené Brown said when she was talking about gossip is she said that people use it as, how did she phrase it? It's like a hot wire for intimacy. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was so true. You can feel that. You can, like, if somebody has information, they're like, oh, and they may like touch your shoulder and look at you and be like, oh, did you hear about whatever? It's usually because the two people are trying to figure out how to create connection.
Yes.
And so even then, I don't always think that the intention is malicious. It's that they're trying to find a way to connect, but it's really not the best way to create intimacy.
No, and I read this article in Psychology Today.
You love that, don't you?
Yeah, it was called Why We Love to Gossip, if you want to look it up. And she said gossip has been a way for us to bond with others, yes. Which is true, which is your hot wire to intimacy.
Right.
But sometimes it's used as a tool to isolate those who aren't supporting the group.
Oh, yeah.
Or how you envision them.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Right.
And that's the yucky stuff.
That's the
yucky part of gossip.
And then she had this whole article. In the article, she talked about, like, middle school.
Yeah.
And a middle school girl went to a new school. And how she went to sit at a table, at lunchtime. That lunchtime time seems stressful.
That's stressful for me. That was a problematic time for me.
Yeah.
Lunchtime.
That is, even reading the article, I was like,
why did neither of us have friends?
Where are our
And then we're
friends?
Like, it's about community because we have no friends. Please be our friend.
Are you my friend from childhood? Do you remember me?
She's touching the wall right now. Who are you talking to over there?
I'm talking to Betsy and Elaine.
Oh, Betsy and Elaine.
Elaine was my friend from childhood, and then I went to visit her a few times in Portland after she graduated from college and stuff. And she seemed to like me, and then she came here a few times, and then she never really responded to me again. Maybe I did something wrong. Maybe I gossiped. I don't remember. Why. She wouldn't even know because she lives so far away. And she's a nice person, but I miss you, Elaine. And I tried to contact you
when
tried to contact you when my child went to school there. Nothing.
Oh, Elaine.
Crickets.
I'm sorry. Maybe she died, Bernice.
She's not. I see her on social media.
Oh, she's alive.
She's alive with a child.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's fine. So anyway, we're talking about friends. But back to that story.
Yeah.
How school. She's at middle school. She goes and she sits at this table. And these girls are like, come sit with us. Come sit with us. And she sits with them for like a week. And she's all like, oh my gosh. Get ready. I have transitioned. I know where this story goes. I'm so happy. Then the week goes by. Next week school starts. And she goes and she realizes the table is full. And there's no seating for her. And then the two lead girls, because usually there's leads.
Yeah.
Are going...
The mean girls.
Just whispering. And then they look at her. And then they look away. And she has to walk away.
Oh, that's so sad.
And she sits by herself for a month or so. And not only, I don't want to pick on girls either. Like, you can expand on that a little bit. But it's that type of gossiping is so painful.
Ostracization.
My ostrich has ostracized you. And my emu's looking in the window.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, okay.
Have you guys seen the emu ad? There's an ad with an emu in it. I think it might be like insurance or something. And the guy's like, he's always like helping someone with a broken car. And they're like, your emu's over there doing something to the window. And the emu's looking at itself in its own image and just pecking and breaking the window at itself. Anyway, I have to say that because one time I tried to hand feed an emu. And I'm just telling you, do not hand feed the emus because it was at a petting zoo. And I brought my little cup up, and the emu just went, whack, and just like took the cup out of my hand, almost took my hand off. I was like, my goodness, Joe was like, get away from that emu. But I'm just saying, be careful with emus. And I am going to gossip about emus till the day I die. I know you're not here to support yourself, Mr. Emu, but I'm just letting you know.
And now, a short message from our sponsors.
The emu sponsors?
Have you recently been bit by an emu? It sounds like you need a little self-care in Mexico.
Oh, yes, down in Tulum. Because you know what? There's no emus down there. If you have any PTSD,
it won't be flaring up in Tulum.
Not from emus.
Except when we dive into it in the workshop.
Because those workshops are good, ladies, just
They're
so you know.
And gentlemen.
And gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, Kaylee, for that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Well, we can't wait to see you in Tulum. Yes. Are you wondering, could they possibly be talking to me? Well, yes. Yes, we're talking to you. You. Do you want to be our friend on vacation in Mexico?
Sandy beaches, delicious food,
gentle waves.
Oral
sunsets.
No.
Why oral?
I don't know. That just came out. Beautiful sunsets.
Oh my gosh.
And
there's going to be no oral happening.
There's no oral, unfortunately, but there are singing bowls. And
a trip to the cenotes.
Cenotes.
Don't know what it is? Look it up, baby. We see you in Mexico.
See you soon.
And we're back.
Back to gossiping.
We're off of the emus and we're on to gossiping once again. So, the yucky gossip, yes, that is a big problem. And I think that what she said about isolating those who aren't supporting the group, I think ultimately I'm gonna go to your default of evolution.
Yes.
It totally makes sense evolution wise.
Because
you got to know who's in your group. You got to say if you don't want that person in the group, you got to gossip about them.
You got to get them out. You got to let other people know
that person is dangerous.
That is not a good person.
That is a dangerous person to have in this group.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
You know?
But somehow it's because of how we live now.
Yes.
It's gotten magnified. You know, it's not necessarily evolutionarily necessary.
Yeah. Is it though? I mean, how else would we keep people, keep our groups safe?
And how do you, I mean, obviously you have a group because you want to be with people you feel connected with.
And safe around. And
some people you don't feel that way around.
Right.
So you develop these groups.
Well, and some people are very, very, well, I mean, I guess it depends on what you're gossiping about. You know? If you're like trying to be like, this person is not a good person. Mm-hmm. But they're making you think that they're a good person. But trust me, they just slept with my husband. They're not a good person.
Right.
You know? But they're like, no, they would never do that. You know, there's part of that, which is, you know, like, help, I need help. Like, this is not someone to be trusted.
Right.
But if you're gossiping, like, out of...
Like the mean girls at the table.
The mean girl stuff.
Like,
where
what's
you're
the
just
purpose
like,
of that?
Because one of the things I was reading about... Yeah, but it's also... It goes to... a lot of it goes back to evolutionary wise. It goes back to competition over breeding. So they showed a picture of one girl and they showed her with like huge boobs and like a low cut shirt. And then they showed her with like a very modest top, and the gossip around when she was in the low cut shirt was much, much higher, because ultimately there's, I think, still that biological
breeding competition
among women.
Yeah.
And so then they didn't, so I think that there is something natural about that still is within us that maybe not. I mean,
Right. And you could see where it would rear its head in puberty.
Yes.
Prior to that, it doesn't, nobody's even, you're just not even aware of it.
Actually, somebody even at our workshop this past weekend talked about that, the gossip, the mean girl, because she is bigger chested. Mm-hmm. And it's like, okay, this is antiquated.
Yeah. And she feels like she can't wear revealing clothing, or clothing that she just feels comfortable in, where she thinks like, I look really good.
Yeah, because then the other girls are feeling defensive.
Yes.
They're feeling threatened by her.
And this is a grown woman. Like this is a grown woman and she still is getting that feedback.
Yes.
From the other ladies.
Yeah, because the other ladies feel threatened.
Feel unsafe around her with their husbands. Remember, she
said
they would lean in close to their husband, and she was like, "I'm not talking to your husband. I'm talking to you."
Yeah, exactly.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah. So that's like the nasty. So I feel like if we do quote unquote gossip, which by definition, the definition I found is talking about somebody
between two or more people, and they're not there.
And they're not there.
Yeah.
You have to think, like, is this to isolate somebody else? Is this because I'm feeling threatened? Is this because I'm trying to have that hot wire connection? Which Brene Brown then
I love that.
Said it was common enemy intimacy, which I thought was a really interesting, a great descriptor, common enemy intimacy. And I think that's for the yucky gossip, not the gossip that's like, do you think she's okay?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what happened to her? I haven't seen her in a long time.
Right.
She looked really tired. I don't think that's common enemy intimacy. I don't think all gossip is that.
No, I don't think so. Because
that's not an enemy. That is actually two people being concerned and talking about somebody.
Or what if you're like, just like you said earlier in the podcast about, trying to check if your feedback is correct about a person.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think...
Are other people getting the same read?
Yes. Now, I think it could move into negative feedback, more common enemy gossip. But if you're just like, I don't know, I felt this way when I interacted with him or whatever, and then everyone else is like, well, we didn't get the same feed about like that person.
Right.
Then I feel like you're just checking to see. That's kind of checking on that relationship.
That's just
And seeing if you're... I think it's a good way to learn better social intelligence too.
Yeah.
Like, help me read this person.
Right. Yeah. No, that's a
and
good
also
point.
we talked about, like, is it your stuff getting are you projecting?
Right.
Or are you really getting a correct read on that person?
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing that we read was that men and women gossip the same amount, but for some reason women get the bad rap for it, and it's like this catty, bitchy thing. But men, it's almost considered more like networking.
Networking, that's
when
right.
Men do it.
That's right.
And also, B, you said that women tend to gossip more about feelings.
Yes.
And men tend to gossip more about activities.
Yes.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. Yeah.
So, it's kind of fascinating.
Because have you ever tried to like gossip, and I know this is generalizing gender, so just pardon me for this, but it's just a topic I want to talk about. But have you ever tried, like I try and gossip with Mike, like I'm like, and then what about Barbara?
They don't really care.
And he just like, immediately I see his eyes glaze over.
Mm-hmm.
Like Barbara banging the guy in the cave or whatever. Like, I want to talk about that. No, that's like almost like he just kind of like, boom, and I'm like, that is not an interesting topic to him. And I'm not understanding that he doesn't want to talk about that. Because
probably evolutionary wise, I don't know.
It maybe it's no importance about, but
maybe it was.
But anyway, yeah.
I'll retract that statement.
But it's interesting. He just like gone instantly. But my son came home last night and was just like, he went to an open gym and he was kind of gossiping about the other players. And he's a 6th grader, but they had him play up with 7th, 8th graders.
Yeah.
And he was like, they were all ball hogs. Those boys. And then I had to check with my husband, like, is that normal? Like, are they ostracizing him?
Yeah, right?
Which they might be because he's younger.
He's young.
And that's part of our process of growing up, I think, in a weird, I don't know, like in activities. It's like, well, you're not very good yet. So
yeah.
It's different when he plays with the 4th through 6th graders.
Sure.
He's the top dog.
Star, man.
Now he's back, and my husband's like, well, that's normal. Mm-hmm. That's part of the process.
Probably healthy too.
Yeah,
to a certain extent.
Unless you're like LeBron James and you just came out. And even then, I'm sure when he was 11 or 12, and he played with a 15 or 16-year-old. But I thought that was interesting because I didn't do a lot of social activities, as we know, as a child. So I'm always checking in about that stuff because I'm like, I'm going to that gym and I'm going to talk to them about this.
I signed up for basketball camp when I was in like middle school. Oh. It was horrible.
Oh, you poor thing.
I hated it. Can you imagine me in a basketball camp? I was so out of my element.
Though.
I know.
I tried out for the basketball team.
When?
When I moved
last year.
I'm like, hey kids, here I am. I'm a 12th grader.
You guys, we were in Helena this past weekend. We were at breakfast. We stayed at a hotel, which I know is kind of weird since my whole family lives there, but it was kind of luxurious. And
we had Frankie.
And then we all went downstairs to the buffet area for breakfast. And I was in the other room. And so it was Rob and B and our friend Theo and the kids. And this old lady.
And I was holding like Frankie somehow.
You had Frankie.
And Rob had the 2 big, like he was feeding the 2 big kids. And she came by. And she's like, oh, how old is your baby? And I'm like, I look at Rob, I'm all 6 months. 6 months and a week. And she's like, you have beautiful children. And I'm like, thank you so much. And then Rob looks over, he's like, yes, thank you. And then he was cracking up and Theo's like, your children are beautiful.
That happens to us all the time. What do they think about me? Who am I in this family?
She never saw you. Luckily, you came back in, and then maybe they think I was the grandmother or something.
No, that is
what
so
a nice
funny.
grandmother. I'm like, thank you.
Oh my God. They always think that she's the mom and I'm like the nanny or something.
That happened in Mexico a few times.
Several times. It's happened several times that they're your
like,
kids and I'm the
baby,
nanny.
And they're like, you fixed this, madam.
Hold her head up. Anyway,
your nanny's not doing a very good job.
There was the same woman. She was very dressed up.
Very. And she was French.
And she was
had
French.
An accent like
she was very dressed up. And so obviously when I re-entered the room at some point, Huxley looked at me and she goes, why is she so dressed up? It's not like it's her wedding. She's old.
She said, why is she so fancy? She said fancy. I love
why
that.
Why is she so fancy? It's not her wedding. She's old. I'm like, oh my gosh. Huxley, stop gossiping about her. She's right there.
Look at that, though. It starts
right then. Why is she dressed up? Why is she fancy?
Yeah, because she stood out. She stood out.
She did, but how interesting. I think it's a human desire also to understand what the hell is going on.
You have to, because our environment, we're not really super strong animals. I don't know if you look at us, but we're not
definitely not.
We're not like apes or, where we're like, I'll break your neck tomorrow. Like, I'm all poof with my arm, or even Duke, our Great Dane. I'm like, he bit my neck and I died.
Yeah, right.
So we really have to communicate to understand situations in our environment, I think.
Yeah.
And she's just trying to understand. A fancy lady just walked by, and she looked kind of fancy. And so poor Huxley's trying to place her in the environment.
And she's trying to figure out who she is.
She's fancy, but there's no wedding, and she's old.
So why is she dressed up if she's not getting married?
And those are the things that struck out to her.
Yes, she's fancy. It's not her wedding.
And she's old. And then it was like...
So she's trying to put the pieces together of how she is related in this social structure.
Yes, exactly right.
Really interesting.
That's kind of fascinating as we talk about gossiping.
It really is interesting.
And you can understand.
Because that seemed me... I mean, I was like, Huxley, don't say that.
I know, and I was like, well, she's not that old. We don't comment on old,
Yeah. And I was like, she feels good, okay? She likes wearing those clothes. It makes her feel good.
Yeah, but Huxley still was kind of, she had this look of like.
She was like, I'm not sure what's up with that.
I'm not sure about the fancy part.
Yeah. She was like, that doesn't seem right.
Yeah, it kind of set her off.
Yeah, it set her off.
Yeah.
She was very unsure about the fancy clothes.
Yeah, she was. And there were other people in there. It's like she could have come, but that really stood out in her mind.
Because it stood out. And maybe that's part of it too.
But that is part of like isolating those who aren't supporting the group. But in a broader sense.
Right.
That maybe it doesn't belong. That person doesn't belong in the group.
So you call it out and you want to talk to other people about it.
It's like when you move to a new school.
Yeah.
Like in Hawaii, you wear certain clothes. Right? Culturally, you would wear flip-flops and shorts and no cover-ups, really.
Yeah.
But then if I noticed, like, when I moved to the mainland, I'm like, people have way more clothing on. And so I had to change the way I dressed.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to fit in.
Well, yeah, and you don't want people to be like, oh, look at her. She's trying to get attention from my husband.
Right, exactly.
Clothing on. Who is this woman?
She's exposing a lot of body parts there.
Yeah.
Where in Hawaii, that would be, like, when you go there, totally normal. It's hot.
Yeah,
so
it's super hot.
I'm not going to
wear hot. Oh my God, it's so hot there.
You want to take your clothes
dying
off.
We were on the volcano side, so it was all black.
It was all black and just absorbing the heat, and you got to go in the water. So you want to take your clothes off.
I can see that.
Yeah, you don't want to wear a lot of clothes.
Yeah.
But so you see, culturally, that would be a problem too if we transferred schools.
Yes.
From Hawaii to Ohio.
Now,
or
luckily,
something.
You don't have big boobs, or else you really would have gotten in trouble.
Yeah.
Poor women with big boobs. They get so much like. It's just, and
they develop, especially the ones that develop early.
11,
12-year-olds. Yeah.
They get it right away.
That's weird. Too.
Other women are so threatened by them.
Well, and the men
and
pay
the men
attention.
I think it is. I mean, come on, get control of yourselves. But there is something biological about it.
Well, it's like the deer in the rut. People get mad about this, but that time of year where the poor does are just kind of like just walking through your field, just eating some grass, and the male deer are like they're just like, oh, she smells good. It's like, watch out, honey, and then they just run, and the males are like, I'm after you, and it's like any other time of the year they're not really paying attention, they're just kind of cohabitating, but it's like they know that time, and because we breed all year round. Mm-hmm. We breed all year round. It must be, more prevalent. Like, this looks like a breeder.
Right.
And the males are like, I shall breed, whatever it is. But that still doesn't make it right. And we can change that, okay? There are going to be a lot of comments on this podcast, I feel.
Sorry, everyone.
And that's okay.
We're not our highest selves today. I may be my highest self. I've got some iced tea running through my veins.
I haven't eaten anything in a while.
But I'm not my highest.
Not my highest.
Yes. Not my highest self.
Right. We go back to the emu if you want.
Can we? What was it doing again?
It was pecking real hard.
It ate the cup out of your hand?
It almost took my hand.
Well, that's intense.
Anyway, they're big, and so
let's talk shit about the emus.
Yeah,
Let's ostracize the emu from our society.
Ostracize. You're out of here, emu. But I should have known, like, if we had been living with emus.
Yes.
The other people I was
spread the word.
Everyone would have told me, like, you don't hand feed them.
Or they tell everyone that you're the idiot who hand-fed the emu. Keep her out of our tribe. She's going to get us all killed.
She is unsafe and cannot read animals.
Probably not very animally intelligent.
Low animal intelligence.
Low animal
very
intelligence.
Very high social intelligence. Very friendly, outgoing. Animal intelligence, not so much.
Keep her out of this tribe. What else?
But what do you guys think? Like, what do you think about gossiping? It'd be interesting to hear what your viewpoints are on this, because it's kind of, to me, a fascinating topic.
It is fascinating, but it can be a very dangerous weapon.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a very, so thinking about that, thinking about, are we gossiping because it feels good? Are we gossiping because we feel threatened? Are we gossiping because we care about someone? Are we gossiping because we need to process our feelings? Like, what is the reason behind gossip? And try to keep the mean stuff to a minimum.
Yes, and I read in this article, Psychology Today article.
It's my favorite.
She said, Mirandize yourself. And she says, simply assume that anything you say can and will be used against you.
Why Miranda?
Because that's when they read you the Miranda Act when you're arrested. I think, and they're like, what did they say? Anything you can and say.
Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law.
That's right. Can and could be used against you.
Can and could be used against you.
So they're just letting you know. And so
but
that makes me sad, I know, though, like, that we can't. Is that preparing
us to be gossiped about? Or is that saying, like, if you gossip,
anything you say can be used. Yeah. Like, don't assume, like, kind of what Brene Brown said. It's like, you think you're going to the vault.
Oh, right. You think you're going into the vault.
Here's the vault.
Yeah, but the vault is like, the vault is open.
The vault is open.
It's not a vault.
And you start to know certain open vaults and closed vaults.
Right.
In people. We had one friend where my husband's like, do not say one more word to this person.
Right.
Because everything you're saying, everyone in our friend group knows.
Well, if you're getting a lot of information from people in particular, chances are they're also giving a lot of information out to other people. When people have all the information on people and stuff, I'm like, I don't think I can tell you anything.
Yeah, that's right.
Because you know everything, and that seems dangerous.
Yeah, and I didn't, being kind of new to the social relationship game, since we didn't have many friends in school, I was so, because this is right after college, and we were dating.
Oh, you like me?
Yeah, I wanted her to like me so bad.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, so I'm like, she's telling me stuff, so I'll tell her something.
Yeah, it's you were trying to form that intimacy.
Yeah, I wanted to form that bond, and then Mike's just like, everyone in our friend group and probably many more know everything you have said because I have heard it from a third-party source. And I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah, right.
It didn't stay in the vault, which is okay. And then that, of course, is gossiping in a way, too. So you start to learn, like, okay, so, if I share this information, be clear that it may not, like we're saying, it may be used at any other time.
Big topic.
Oh
my gosh. And I've been watching Game of Thrones.
Game of the Thrones?
I've been watching the Game of the Thrones.
See?
I'm like 8 years late to the game. But then spreading spreading lies because then it's gonna that it's gonna then spread all around. Gosh, it's just such a crazy way to think about how it's shaped our society.
Well, it's even like, something happened where what's one of the big representatives now, Cortez, or one of the female representatives, and Trump said something negative about something like I forget. It was like they were just having an argument over something, but he said something like, she should be done or she should be gone. And she got tons of death threats instantly.
Oh, she did.
And she went on the air and was like, we have to be careful about the language we use.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Because I've had tons of death threats.
Yeah.
And I had them before, but just after this post, it just went viral. Yeah. So, and again, it's like the use of language. What language are we using? That's another point when we're gossiping.
Good point. Yes.
Be careful about the language we use, the intensity of it, or, that kind of stuff too. Because it can be so hurtful.
Yeah, it can be very hurtful.
But also, this topic really helped you understand why it serves a purpose.
Right. Yes. So. Yeah. And I think also for those of us who are external processors, I know that I have a very small handful of people that I can call up and be like, I have to talk about this. I have to process. I need to hear your thoughts on this. And knowing you've got to find your very, very few select people that you can process with, because that is part of how some of us need to understand our lives and our interactions.
Yes, exactly.
I don't do it very well alone. I sit and I fester.
Well, it's like they said in this book, Sapiens, we are social humans. Homo sapiens are social.
Homo sapiens.
Homo sapiens are social. Social. So let's not forget that. We live and work in groups.
We do.
Even though society's trying to tell us different nowadays, kind of like, stay in your house. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, right?
But we're social, we're group oriented, we worked in groups. That's how we survived, in groups.
Right.
Not one Homo sapien would have survived. We're not elephants. It's not like, I'm alone and I'm big and strong in the forest.
I think elephants are social.
Oh, no, they are too, sorry.
You may be like a
swan.
Kitty cat. A kitty cat. A cheetah.
No, they live in groups.
No, they don't.
Oh,
they're solo.
Cheetos.
Cheetos.
Every time I have my Cheeto, it's a solo one.
I can't stop at just one. I bob them in by the 3 or 4.
Thank you, Cheeto, for sponsoring this podcast.
Okay, I think we're done now.
Love you guys. Thank you for listening.
Now go gossip about us.
Yeah.
We're freaks. We know it, okay?
Gossip
Your
a lot.
words can't hurt us.
Bye.
Bye.